Hello peeps, it's Mandy here and this is my live, so the first in my series of 6 lives coming up over the next couple of weeks talking about business mindset this evening. So this is the one that's called Stay in Your Lane Business Mindset. It's aimed at women who want to run their business very much from their feminine rather than that masculine place of striving and self-criticism, always comparing yourself to other people, to take a step back from that and to look at running your business and also your life from a different place. And if you're a mum, also being able to guide your children so that they're able to find a softer and an easier and a more authentic place from which to run their lives, no matter how small they are. Part of my global mission to change the world by bringing us, particularly women, together in cooperation, learning to love who we are, to love each other, knowing that there's enough space for everybody. So one of the big challenges I had when I first started my business, and this may resonate with you, is to not compare what I was doing and what I had and how I felt my business was going to other people. Now that is really difficult in this world of social media, where often, no matter how honest people say they are being, you're never quite sure if what you're seeing is the truth. So I'm going to look down and refer to some notes that I've made for this conversation because it's really important. It's really important in helping you have a really positive and a healthy mindset for your business, so that as the leader, as the entrepreneur, as the woman in charge, you hold yourself steady and you don't go into that wobbly place too often that makes you start to hate what you're doing, find your business really difficult, and many of us then give up when actually we have a huge amount of gifts to share with the world. So what happens when we don't stay in our lane? So by staying in our lane, I mean imagining that you are on a track. So I'm no F1 buff, but you are Lewis Hamilton in your car, and all you're focusing on is driving in your lane and winning that race. Yes, so there's the cars around you. You know that they're there, but you're not trying to be like those other cars because you want to stay in your lane and win the race your way. And often say this to our daughters. So I have 2 girls, they're 21 and 17, and they are always worrying about what their friends are doing, what their friends are thinking, always comparing themselves. And our advice to them constantly has been, please try your best to stay in your lane and do what's right for you and let everybody else have their lane. So that's what the purpose of this kind of mini mindset masterclass is this evening. So when you don't stay in your lane and when you start looking to other people, you are relying on the information that they are giving you about their business and their lives. So that could be the shiny Instagram version. It could be that you are looking to set up mother circles, or you're doing other mum and baby classes in your area. There's other people already doing them. Their photos look amazing. They have fantastic testimonials. You think you're never going to get as many mums coming to your stuff as theirs. That doesn't provide the full picture of what's going on. They will be worrying about the same stuff as you, having the same struggles you're having, navigating the same juggles that you're navigating, worrying about how they're going to fill their spaces, probably looking at the stuff you're putting out there, thinking everything looks shiny and sparkly with you. You actually do not know what's really going on in anyone else's life or what's going on behind the scenes of any photos or videos or posts that you're seeing on social media. So one of the first things that happens when you come out of your lane is that you have a distorted view of what's going on in other people's lives. So just trying to remember that you don't actually know the truth of what's happening with them, and that understanding and living your truth is far more important. That can help you to come back into your lane, to get back into your car. What coming out of your lane also does is it leads to you undermining the true value and the uniqueness of who you are and what you're doing. So every individual and every business created by each individual is unique and has its own value. But when you compare your business to others, you try to become like them. And when you try to become like somebody else, then you lose your USP. You lose your unique selling point because that is you. Your business just becomes similar to somebody else's business. And you lose the feel, you lose your unique strengths and your vision. So please don't try to be like anybody else, because what makes your business so special and what makes you and your business unique is you. And if you're different, then that is wonderful. People will come to you because you're you. If you start thinking that you need to change things to be like somebody else, or start a class like somebody else's that looks successful, then it just won't work. So many years ago, when I was teaching postnatal yoga classes, some of the mums asked me if I would start a postnatal yoga class for mums that they could bring their toddlers to. Now, I love children, but toddlers are not my zone of genius, and it's not where I feel that my unique gifts are best shared. So I did this class for about 6 months, but I didn't enjoy it at all. I had a really heavy feeling in my tummy when I was doing it. The mums liked it, it was successful enough, but it didn't make me feel good. So after those 6 months, I had an honest conversation with the mums and I stopped doing it, and I felt so much better. There are other people in Birmingham much better placed than I am to do yoga classes for mums and their toddlers, because that's their USP and that's their uniqueness. So there's a couple of things here. Don't dull your uniqueness by trying to be like other people, but also know where your uniqueness is and don't think you have to do everything that you're asked to do or that you see someone else doing, because it simply won't align with you, and that will start to literally dull your sparkle and shrivel up your soul, and it really isn't worth it. It also takes away your creative energy from other aspects of your business, which could really fly because they are aligned and they feel authentic. So the third thing that staying out of your lane or coming out of your lane does is it shifts your mindset from growth to resentment. And we've all done this, let's be honest. I've done this as well. I've looked at other people's stuff and I've felt pretty crap. And I have resented the fact that it looks like they're filling things really easily. It looks like mums are flocking to their groups. They look like they're really happy in their business. And I felt really because I didn't, and I wasn't at that time. And it didn't mean my business wasn't successful. It could have been my mindset in that moment. It could have been that I just had something happen that morning and I saw that post at the wrong time. But if you're not in a growth mindset place, then you're not going to grow your business. Mindset is really, really important. If you're shifting your brain energy and your emotional and physical energy into a place of resentment and envy and jealousy, then your vibration is going to change and you're not going to be able to create, and you're not going to draw people towards you. Think about seeing what somebody else is doing as inspiration. If they can do it, so can you. If they can do it, sit back into your space and think, well, what do I want to do in this mother circle world? How do I want my circles to look? How do I want them to feel? Which mums do I want to come? Allow yourself to be inspired. Go back into that growth mindset. Go out for a walk, practice yoga, whatever your creativity thing is, whatever gets your creative juices going. Step back into that space and come out of the resentment mindset back into the growth mindset, because it isn't doing you any good. Probably makes you snappy with your family, probably makes you a bit grumpy and not someone who's really, really lovely to live around at that time. So 3 things will happen if you don't stay in your lane. The first one, you'll get that distorted perception that everyone else's business is fabulously successful. Secondly, you're going to undermine your uniqueness and your USP. And thirdly, you're going to shrivel up your mindset into one of resentment and envy rather than one of growth and freedom and flow. Now, I am all about running your business from your feminine, and this has been a huge shift for me. So you may or may not know that many years ago I was a corporate real estate lawyer. I lived all the masculine values. I grew up in a household where I was a real daddy's girl, and I valued the striving of the masculine. I went into the legal world where all that strategy, keep going, don't be sick, push yourself hard, strategize, follow that logical route. It was all hugely celebrated, and I was very successful at it, and in the moment I really enjoyed it. But I did burn myself out twice, once resulting in a week's stay in hospital, and the second time I was off work for about 6 weeks with a severe kind of eczema outbreak, literally from my head down to my feet. Knowing what I do now, and having done the training that I've done, gone through the counselling I've been through and the work that I've done, I realised that actually, if I'd allowed myself to be my authentic self and just softened and basically allowed myself to be vulnerable, I wouldn't have got to those points. I'd have had more self-confidence and more self-esteem, and actually I would have probably been a better lawyer, certainly a better communicator, and better at having those really difficult conversations with clients, which I absolutely hated. And the reason I hated them was because I didn't believe in myself enough. So I run my business from a feminine perspective, and that's what I encourage all of the women I work with, whether I coach them, whether they train with me, or whether they're mums in my circle. I really believe that if we empower women to live from our feminine, we have much happier, softer, easier lives. So how can we use our feminine to come out of this comparison mode? So I've picked out 5 points today to share with you. The first one is sit back into your intuition. Your feminine energy is so closely linked to your intuition. Trust that gut feeling. Trust in your unique vision and your unique guidance. Don't look at what other people are doing. Believe in yourself. Trust your own physical and emotional signals and follow those. It really doesn't matter what anyone else in the mum and baby sphere are doing. It really doesn't matter what, someone's having wildly successful circles, or you're hearing that someone's not able to fill their circles. There will be reasons for those that are individual to that person. But if you trust your intuition and follow those guidance and make decisions from your gut, then you'll end up making the right ones for the right reasons, and that might be to not do something, but you're not going to be following what someone else is doing, and you're not going to be making decisions a bit like the mum and toddler yoga I did to satisfy other people. So your feminine loves your intuition, and your intuition is right. Perhaps journal on times when you know that you made the wrong decision because you went with your head rather than following your heart, following your gut. So one way to come back into your lane is to trust your intuition. Another way is look at collaborating. So I love this phrase that I have here, which is think of supportive communities rather than competitive battlefields in your work. If someone pops up close to you, running circles, doing support groups for mums, and it makes you feel, ooh, drop them a message, pick up the phone, have a cup of tea with them. You'll be surprised at how many people are really willing to cooperate, collaborate, bounce off ideas, refer. I have a lovely network around me of other people doing things in my sphere, physios, reflexologists, doulas, and we share resources and information. I have people really close to me that I've trained to run mother circles, and we support each other, knowing that there are enough mums out there to go round. And again, your feminine loves to be safe and to just feel the presence of other women. So come out of competition, sit back and see, how can I cooperate and how can I work with this person? Then the third point is going back to the uniqueness. Your feminine energy recognises that we're all individuals. Our masculine sees every individual as a competitor and a threat. But actually our feminine is very nurturing. She's very compassionate. She is the natural mother. So mother yourself. Just sit back, take a moment to remember, reflect, recognise that everybody's journey is unique and everyone is entitled to be just as successful as you are. And side note here, kind of check in with your definition of success. What is success for you? Is success entirely monetary? Is success the way you feel? Is success having time with your family? Is success doing things that light you up? So, perhaps redefine success from your feminine as well. The fourth point is nurture yourself and nurture your business. So really love your business. What can you do in your business that makes you love it even more? Or how can you nurture your clients or your contacts? Our feminine loves to give. She loves to hold people. She loves to care for people. So what can you do that brings out that real nurturing feminine aspect of you within your business? So I like buying my mum's little gifts that are inexpensive, sometimes a bunch of flowers, which doesn't cost very much, and giving each mum a flower each or a different chocolate bar. They're not expensive, but I love doing that because I feel that they feel nurtured and they feel special because of that. Dropping someone a message after a circle just to check in with them. Setting up a WhatsApp group, keeping everyone in touch. Once every quarter saying, I'm going to be in a coffee shop at this time on this day. It'd be lovely to see you. Just drop in if you can. The little things like that in your business that helps to create community and helps to nurture kind of the mother in you, the feminine in you, but also nurturing your clients in return is a really lovely way for your feminine cup to be full and your business to feel easy and in flow. And then the final one I'm going to share with you in terms of helping you stay in your lane is to be really creative. Have fun. Your feminine is inherently creative. She's innovative. So please don't allow people to make you think that you haven't got a great imagination, that you're not able to create loads of things. Channel your energy into creating unique solutions, unique circles, unique spaces, different marketing strategies. We all hear about having to be on Instagram, having to be on Facebook. But if you don't like those places, why don't you try LinkedIn? Why don't you try Pinterest? Why don't you try having a really active blog on a website or just creating a blog page? Why don't you go back to the old way of creating beautiful flyers and posters on something like Canva, printing them off inexpensively, or a home printer, and dropping them in coffee shops, getting relationships with people in local coffee shops, community centres where mums go, and build that again, filling your feminine with that community sense and that collaboration. But really think outside of your box, because that's what your feminine does. I think of it as kind of your inner sparkle. I really love feeling sparkly in my business and doing some bonkers things sometimes, and also allowing myself not to post on social media if I don't want to. Yes, the Instagram algorithm is probably going to be annoyed with me, but does it really matter? In the big scheme of things, is it better that I'm happier because I come off Instagram for a few days, or am I just going to push myself like my masculine would and feel really, really crappy? So sit back in your creativity. Don't compare yourself to others. Let them create in their way, but you create in yours. Maybe give yourself permission to take a half a day to sit somewhere outside or in a local cafe that you love and create. When it comes to promotion, it can be helpful to chunk out time when you're feeling creative and do all those posts, marketing ideas, brainstorming. Again, sit with someone else and do some brainstorming, but embrace your creativity. So running through those 5 points, so this business mindset of staying in your lane, but in the feminine way, so real feminine frequency mindset here. Trust your intuition. Don't go into competitive mode. Sit back into your intuition. Collaborate. Find people locally that you can meet with, collaborate with, and be brave. Drop an email or pick up the phone to somebody close to you who you feel might be kind of a competitor in your area, and bring them into your world. They will really love that as well, because they're probably feeling the same as way as you do, but about you. Embrace your unique journey. Just sit back into your uniqueness. When you're starting to wobble, compare yourself to other people, remember that people will come to you because you are you. They'll go to them because they are they, and you can never change that you're you and that they are them. Nurture growth in your business. Nurture yourself, nurture your business, nurture your clients. What little things can you do for that? And then allow yourself to be really creative in your own way. Stop fighting what you feel kind of the system wants you to do. Record bonkers videos. I've only just mastered Reels, and I do them on Canva and then just stick the sound on Instagram, because I cannot use the whole Instagram thing. So you don't have to do what everyone else is doing. You know, just take some lovely photos. Ask a friend to take some photos of you. You know, what do you want to share? What feels really authentic to you to share? And are you creative in other ways? Are you good at drawing, sewing, flower arranging, things like that you can bring into the mother circles that you run, that you can bring into your world? So please don't allow yourself to go out of your lane. Stay in your car. Focus on winning your race and let everybody else win theirs. By spending too much time in other lanes, it's draining your energy, it is shriveling your soul, and it's stopping your beautiful uniqueness from coming forward. Whether you're in the mum and baby world, whether you're a new mum, whether you're running mother circles or wanting to run them, please hold on to the fact that nobody is you. I know this isn't easy. I've been there. I've had all of the wobbles, and I know that wobbling gets you nowhere. It's like that old rocking chair quote. All you do is go backwards and forwards, but you stay in exactly the same spot. If you feel like things are working and you have the kind of capacity to stop and give yourself some grace, be forgiving and kind about where you've got to right now. Check out that self-critical voice, which I'll cover on another day, and get outside and do the thing that you love. Fire up your feminine frequency by letting her thrive and letting her out. Come away from logic, and please drive that car with all of your feminine wisdom, beauty and strength, because that is what the world needs right now. It needs more women like you stepping up, making a difference, showing other women that cooperation is the way forward, and also role modelling that to our children. As a mum of 2 daughters, I know that it's still tough out there. The way that girls treat girls is not nice. And if we can role model that there is a different, less bitchy way of doing things, then please let's do that for the sake of our children and our grandchildren. So this is world-changing stuff here, and I know that you can do it. So that's all for this evening. I'm going to post this now, share it wherever I can share it. If you have any questions, please get in touch. If you're worrying or wobbling about something, please drop me a message. You can DM me through this group. You can message me at mandy@motherforlife.co.uk, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Showing my technical wizardry now, I'm going to hopefully save this into the group and also save it into my phone so that I can share it. But I'm sending you lots of love. If you can, take a few moments to journal what's coming up for you, what thoughts have come into your head, how's it feeling, what can you let go of and what can you bring in, and has this kind of given you some light bulb moments? Inspiration also, has it allowed you to be kind to yourself and to give your amazing feminine space to step forward and to perhaps do some things in an easier way and to take some pressure off yourself as well? Sending you lots of love. Thank you ever so much for watching, and take great care. Bye.